Hi, my name is Juliana, and I'm truly honored to welcome you to this course on the astrological houses and how they relate to your personal growth, inner evolution, and sense of fulfillment. Astrology is a beautiful language of symbols, patterns, and timing. And within this language, the 12 houses act like the stage upon which your life unfolds. They represent the different areas of your life experience, your identity, your values, your relationships, your creativity, your healing journey, and so much more. While planets and signs describe how energy moves and expresses itself, the houses describe where that energy is showing up for you. They help you understand which parts of your life are currently being activated or transformed, and why certain themes might feel especially present at certain times. This course is designed to help you connect with those areas in a more conscious and empowering way. You don't need to be an astrology expert to benefit from this journey. Whether you're just beginning or have been exploring your chart for years, you're welcome here. The only requirement is curiosity and a willingness to look inward. Each session focuses on one house at a time. We'll explore the core themes of each house, how they show up in everyday life, and what kind of soul work they invite. I'll also offer guiding reflections and prompts to help you apply the teachings to your own chart and lived experience. You can move through the course at your own pace, taking time to feel into each house and what it means for you personally. My intention is not to overwhelm you with theory, but to open a doorway into self-discovery and alignment with your deeper path. So take a breath, settle in, and allow yourself to become present. I'm so glad you are here, and I look forward to exploring this cosmic journey with you. Let's begin. Welcome to this 7-day journey through the astrological houses. Throughout this week, we'll explore your birth chart as a symbolic map to reconnect with your purpose, your gifts, and your personal growth. You don't need to know astrology to follow this course. All you need is your inner voice and a willingness to understand yourself more deeply. Today, we begin with the first two houses, House 1 and House 2. These houses are deeply connected to your sense of identity and your personal value. Think of them as the starting point of your path. House 1. Who am I? The first house represents your identity. It marks the moment you were born, the way you enter the world, and your purest, most spontaneous energy. It reflects how others perceive you at first glance, but also how you choose to begin each new chapter in your life. When you explore your first house, you reconnect with your most authentic self. That part of you that doesn't seek approval. That part that simply is. Please take a moment to reflect on these questions. What parts of myself am I ready to express more truthfully? In which moments do I feel disconnected from my true essence? House 2. What do I value? What makes me feel safe? The second house speaks to your self worth, your natural talents, and your relationship with the material world, money, resources, and your body. But more than anything, it reveals what you truly value. Sometimes we forget all that we already are and have, and we seek validation outside of ourselves. This house reminds you that your worth is not up for negotiation. You are already enough. You are already whole. Here are a few questions to guide your inner reflection. What talents or inner resources have I been underestimating? Where am I placing my sense of safety? Within myself or in the external world? Today, you began the journey inward. You connected with your identity and with what truly matters to you. Each day will take one step farther. This is your space, your moment, your voice. I'll meet you here tomorrow as we continue exploring this sacred map that lives within you. Thank you. Welcome back to this journey through the astrological houses. Today, we're exploring houses 3 and 4, two areas that speak deeply to how you think, communicate, and feel safe in the world. Together, they form a bridge between the outer world and your inner foundation. House 3. How do I think and communicate? The third house is about the mind. It reflects your way of thinking, speaking, learning, and connecting with your immediate environment. It can also represent siblings, neighbors, or early education. But more than that, it's about how you give shape to your thoughts and how you share your voice. Sometimes we learn to speak in ways that keep us safe rather than truthful. This house invites you to explore your authentic voice. Pause for reflection with these questions. How do I communicate my truth? Do I feel heard when I speak? What kind of thoughts do I repeat most often? House 4. Where do I come from? Where do I feel safe? The fourth house is your emotional home. It represents your family of origin, your inner child, and the emotional patterns that were shaped early in life. It also reflects your need for safety, comfort, and belonging. When you connect with the fourth house, you begin to see the roots beneath your emotional responses. You start to build a home within yourself, one that doesn't depend on the past. Reflect with these gentle questions. What emotional patterns from my past still live in me today? What does home mean to me now? Where or with whom do I feel most safe? Today, you've explored how you express yourself and where your emotional roots lie. You've opened a doorway between the mind and the heart. Tomorrow, we continue the journey by visiting the houses of creativity and purpose in everyday life. Until then, be kind to your thoughts and gentle with your feelings. This space is always here for you. Thank you. Welcome back. You are doing beautifully. Today, we step into two powerful houses, House 5 and House 6. One speaks to joy, creativity, and self expression. The other to purpose, healing, and daily devotion. Together, they invite you to align your inner light with your daily life. House 5. How do I express joy and creativity? The fifth house is the home of your creative fire. It's about your inner child, your passions, your playfulness. It can also represent romantic love, children, and the way you seek joy just for the sake of it. This house reminds you that creativity isn't just about making art, it's about being fully alive, following what lights you up. Take a moment to reflect. What brings me joy just for me? Where have I been holding back my self expression? What will it feel like to live more playfully? How 6. How do I serve and care for myself? The sixth house grounds you. It's your routines, your health, your habits, and your everyday acts of service. It teaches you that devotion isn't always grand. It can be quiet, consistent, and healing. This house invites you to realign your daily life with your deeper purpose. Ask yourself gently, what small rituals support my well being? In what ways am I showing up for myself? Is my daily life in harmony with what I value? Today, you explored two sides of the same coin. The part of you that wants to shine and create, and the part that keeps you anchored through care and consistency. You're learning to live your purpose not only in big moments, but in the little ones too. Tomorrow, we'll step into the world of relationships and the mirror they hold for your growth. Be proud of how far you've come. You're showing up, and that is everything. Thank you so much. Welcome back to day 4 of your journey. Today, we enter House 7, an intimate, powerful space, the realm of the other. This house invites you to see your relationships not just as connections, but as mirrors. House 7. What do my relationships reflect about me? The seventh house is the house of one on one relationships. It's about romantic partners, close friends, business alliances, and even open enemies. But more deeply is where you encounter the parts of yourself that are easier to see in someone else. The people you attract often reflect something you are learning, something you are healing, claiming, or integrating. This house isn't just about connection, it's about growth through reflection. Take a moment to explore what patterns show up again and again in my relationships. Who in my life challenges me to grow? Where am I being called to create more balance or reciprocity? Shadow and light in relationship. Every relationship reveals both shadow and light. Sometimes we project onto others what we can yet own in ourselves. Our power, our fears, our brilliance. The seventh house asks, can you hold yourself with compassion as you learn to relate more consciously? This is not about blame or perfection. It's about honesty and love. Try reflecting on this. What do my closest relationships teach me about myself? What part of me do I see most clearly when I look into the mirror of another? Today, you met yourself through the eyes of the other. You remembered that every connection is an invitation to come home to who you really are. Tomorrow, we'll go deeper into the houses of transformation and expansion. For now, take a deep breath. Offer gratitude for the people in your life and for the lessons they bring. Remember, you are growing moment by moment. Thank you so much. Welcome back. Today, we enter the terrain of depth and elevation. House 8 and House 9 invite you to face your inner shadows and then rise beyond them. This is the turning point in your journey from who you've been to who you are becoming. House 8. What am I ready to release and transform? The 8th house is intense, mysterious, and powerful. It speaks to transformation, shared energy, sexuality, endings, and rebirth. It rules the cycles of death and renewal within and around you. This house asks you to face what is hidden, to let go of what no longer serves, and to reclaim your personal power. You don't need to force change. You just need to allow it. Ask yourself, what am I ready to release, even if it feels uncomfortable? What fears or attachments have been holding me back? Where am I being invited to rise from the ashes? House 9. What expands my truth and vision? The ninth house is a breath of fresh air. It's about higher learning, philosophy, spirituality, and long journeys, literal or symbolic. It helps you see the bigger picture, to believe in something greater. After the death of House 8, House 9 lifts you up. It opens your heart and mind to new possibilities. Take a moment to reflect. What beliefs support my growth? What new perspectives or teachings am I ready to explore? Where is life calling me to expand? Today, you walk through the fire of transformation and into the light of expanded vision. You are both the seeker and the healer, the one who dares to feel deeply and still believes in more. Tomorrow, we'll move into houses 10 and 11, where your personal journey meets your greater mission. Until then, be gentle with your process. You are doing sacred work. Thank you so much. Welcome to day 6. You've done deep inner work. Now it's time to look outward toward your mission, your community, and the legacy you are creating. Today, we explore House 10 and House 11, the part of your chart that holds your purpose in the world and your place in the collective. House 10. What am I here to build and share? The 10th house is a house of your public life, your career, your role in society, and your long-term goals. It represents the mountain you are climbing and the impact you want to leave behind. This isn't about status or performance. It's about integrity, alignment, and purpose. You're being invited to own your voice, your leadership, and your contribution. Reflect gently. What am I building that truly matters to me? How do I define success in my own terms? What legacy do I want to leave behind? House 11. Who are my people and what do we dream together? The 11th house is the house of friendship, networks, and collective dreams. It's where you find your tribe, your chosen community. It's also the space where individual purpose meets collective vision. This house asks, what kind of future do you want to help co-create? Take a moment to consider, what communities or causes light me up? Who am I contributing to something larger than myself? Who supports and inspires me to grow? Today, you reconnected with your mission, with a bigger picture, with a future you're shaping through your presence, choices, and voice. You're not alone on this path. You're part of something beautiful and unfolding. Tomorrow, we'll arrive at the final house, House 12, a space of closure, rest, and spiritual integration. You've come so far. Let that sink in. Thank you so much. Welcome to day 7. You've traveled through every house every layer of self, a story, and purpose. Today, we arrive at the final space in this sacred journey, the 12th house. A house of stillness, intuition, and surrender. This is where you meet your soul. House 12. What am I ready to release into the divine? The 12th house is the most mysterious of all. It holds your subconscious, your dreams, your intuition. It's where you let go of the ego's need to control and soften into trust. This house invites solitude, compassion, and a spiritual connection. It teaches you that not everything needs to be understood. Some things simply need to be felt. Gently ask yourself, what am I ready to forgive in myself or others? Where can I allow more softness, more trust? What truth is my soul trying to whisper beneath the noise? Integration and wholeness. You've journeyed through identity, values, communication, roots, creativity, service, relationships, transformation, vision, purpose, and community. Now, it's time to simply be. There is nothing to fix, nothing to prove, just a moment to rest in your own presence, to feel the fullness of who you are. Let yourself receive this. You are whole. You are enough. You are supported, seen and unseen. This is the end of our 7-day journey together, but the beginning of a deeper connection with yourself. Let what you've discovered continue to unfold slowly, gently. Trust that everything you need is already within you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for listening. And thank you for honoring your own light.